Hi, I am a 21-year-old Gen Z American student living in the US. And today, with John's training and coaching, I've gotten laid. I've used Elite Bundle 2 and upgraded it to Elite Tonality Mastery. And with the skills I learned, I was able to close with this older black woman just outside. Today is May 16th. This is technically Daygame. So, as I was walking outside my neighborhood and streets, I saw this older woman who was black and a lot older than I was. Because I found her attractive, I approached her using the right tonality and the right skills. I asked to see if she knew where the nearest 7-Elevens was, and she gladly showed me the way. She held my hand and guided me towards the 7-Elevens. There, I noticed that she was very turned on by me, and she was flirting with me continuously. So I flirted back, and eventually that led to interest. She wanted to take me back to her place, and I offered to use my car. That was when she had the idea to just have sex in my car. This just happened right now, and I got laid. And I'm very grateful for John Elite and many other people as part of the inner circle who motivate me to try harder. To all my fellow Latinos, I say, do not give up, right? And believe that you can do it. But more importantly, just follow the right path. And thank you very much this is my testimonial, and I hope to provide a lot more testimonials in the future.
Right after that lay on May 16th, this student even got a hand job from another woman on May 26th. Didn't go further. She was mentally unstable. So he did the smart thing and moved on. Over here is another screenshot. He got a hand job from a separate woman, as you can see over here. And when you look at the next screenshot, so it's 3 women, many pulls for hand jobs, and he also got an additional blowjob. But she's a Christian, so she's still trying to save herself until marriage. But that's his story so far. 21-year-old Gen Z Latino, 2025. The blowjob happened in September, so it's actually quite recent. They're still seeing each other. She found out he was 21 years old, and at first they broke up. At first they stopped seeing each other. And then she says that it was okay, and they still see each other today. Why did he get results and the other hater, who's half Latino, did not? Because one of them actually showed up and did the homework assignments, not avoidant. Opinions and fair comment based on records in my possession, not medical or legal advice, not a diagnosis. Redacted for privacy, I correct material errors. If you Googled my name, you might see a Reddit review before you Googled my site, John Elite. This isn't a review. They never looked at the course. They started with Elite Access, not the whole Elite Bundle Resurrections. It's meant to turn you off before you meet me and try to turn off 777,000 people on Reddit in their seduction forum. A smear campaign is a planned effort to discredit a person or a group and tarnish their reputation. Psychology Today. Smear campaigns involve manipulation, often the behavior of malignant narcissists and those with NPD or antisocial personality disorders. Patterns, not diagnosis. Psychology Today. Those recruited by the abusers become an entourage known as the Flying Monkeys. Psychology Today. I'm describing behavioral patterns, not making medical and psychological diagnosis. Number 1, omission plus rage quit plus hypocrisy. He wrote to me, your system can obviously work very well, as you can see in the screenshot. Then 14 days, he rage quit in the same day another Chinese student who got 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses in the marriage. He procreated, he had a daughter. He described himself as having thin skin as he's crashing out. So for online, he flips it. He did not get laid. He didn't pull, that's what he said. But in my view, you cannot rage quit in 2 weeks and claim the system failed. That's hypocrisy. He never seen the digital courses on Elite Bundle Resurrections either. I said in this screenshot. He wanted to start Elite 30, but I didn't let him, as you can see right here highlighted. He only went through Elite Access. I cite it in the screenshots, and I didn't let him start yet. How can he make a fair, objective review on Reddit that is actually a hit piece, in my opinion? Number 2, initial contact. Proof of emotional blindness. First message, I feel like I'm a hard case. Depressed, ghosted, ignored. In his own words. Later in his Reddit rant, he says that he wasn't depressed, that he was gaslit, and I labeled him. That does not sound confident. When someone says hard case, but refuses the drills and to flip their own words, that's typically not coachable in my experience. It fits under unteachable case. Not hard case, in my opinion. Dismissive, narcissistic style, low self-awareness. Number 3, voice playback, emotional disconnect. On the playback, I told him his tone was flat. He replied, I try to mimic Joe Rogan. I guess not. You can see in the screenshots. He literally admitted that he could not hear it himself. In my view, that's emotional blindness, style behavior, not connected to his own tone, no ability to register mistakes. He later spun it as gaslighting, but the evidence show that he said it first. Number 4, progress and quit. Not enough to change habits. He logged in 12 drills only, really bad drills, 17 approaches, which are just less than 10 seconds each approach, across 14 days, 17 approaches with audio over 14 days, which he rage quit because of that Chinese student procreating. I had the chart. As you can see, I logged in all the times that he approached. We could show every screenshot, but there's big gaps, skip check-ins. As he says, he even complained, why do I have to check in every single day, as you can see in the screenshot? In my view, habits don't transform without sporadic effort. Quitting before the foundation even doesn't prove failure. It proves avoidance. Number 5, NDA, $400 goodwill payment, the breach of contract without remorse. He signed a non-disparagement NDA. It took $400 goodwill payment, as you can see in the screenshot, that he ignored it and he made a smear campaign anyways. This posted statement, I believe, are inconsistent with that agreement. It really says that he cannot write a hit piece. Number 6, scope of access, not a full program review. He never started Elite Bundle Resurrections. He got Elite Bundle 2 at a time, and he did not access the digital courses there. His experience was limited to Elite Access. In my opinion, presenting that as a review of my full system is misleading, as you can see in the screenshot. He cannot even start Elite 30. Number 7, supplements, the real deal. His claim was that irresponsible prescriptions. Well, that's false. I don't prescribe anything. These are over-the-counter Amazon available optional over-the-counter items that aren't prescriptions. Only doctors can prescribe. This student never used them. He placed 2 duplicate orders by accident. Both stayed unopened. On the phone, he said that I'd rather get everything from food. I'm worried about side effects because he's a vegetarian. He later reframed this as death by supplements because a student died. In reality, the case he cited involves a lung clot, not a stroke. A stroke is in the brain. This is a different condition entirely when he's referencing alpha GPC. He's trying to make something fit that doesn't fit. His hypocrisy is that he's credited in the vegetarian-themed film that he filmed and produced and wrote called Meatless Barbecue in 2018 while attacking supplements he never tried because he's a vegetarian. Number 8, bans, the truth. He claims that weeks of bans, stuck in a limbo, no coaching. Well, that's false. He only ever had a 3-day accountability ban, as you can see in the screenshot. In reality, I rarely ban students at all. At most, 1 indefinite ban per year. Normal or short, 1 to 2 weeks max. A short reset spun into a smear about permanent bans on Reddit. Number 9, testimonials, street numbers. His claim was that a few students make up all the testimonials. Well, that's false. During active coaching, each layer pull counts as individual results. For example, they got 8 lays, it'll count as 8 to the number. If a student disappears for months and later reports more results, I log that as 1 additional instance for that student, not 1 per lay. One guy had 12 lays. He came back 4 months later. He took a break, but he had 3 additional lays and he made 3 more video testimonials. But I only count that as a number as 1. A student with 100 lays, he credited my coaching a year later when he came back. It's only recorded as 1, not 100. You did not see a sudden 100 plus lays for the number this year because it's at 667 laid and pull testimonials. It never went up to 767 laid and pull testimonials because I don't count them that way. What is a sociopathic smear campaign and how can you protect yourself? So this is from Psychology Today. Smear campaigns involve manipulation and are often behavior of narcissists. A smear campaign is planned effort to discredit a person or group or tarnish their reputation. Smear campaigns are a form of emotional abuse and they take a tremendous psychological toll on the victim. A smear campaign is a planned effort to discredit a person or group, to undermine their credibility and then tarnish their reputation.
Those who launch smear campaigns go to great lengths to spread stories, lies, rumors, and gossip about their victims. Smear campaigns often associate with an online community. So a smear campaign is basically a vendetta or act of retaliation. They are tools of those who can be characterized as vengeful or vindictive, controlling or obsessive. Such individuals are often insecure and emotionally immature. Smear campaigns involve manipulation, and they're often a behavior of a malignant narcissist and those with narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder, which is formerly known as sociopath and psychopath. They are abusers who paint the victim as the abuser because they see themselves as the victim. These people are incapable of taking responsibility or accountability for their actions. They mount smear campaigns to control the narrative and often rewrite history. Smear campaigns amount to character assassination. The individual grooms other people over time to function as allies or followers. They do this by spreading false or exaggerated information about the target. Those recruited by the abuser to actively participate in their manipulation becomes an entourage known as the flying monkeys. These smear tactics won't work on all who are approached. Often they only influence people who are easily manipulated. How sociopaths write smear campaigns. Narcissistic word salad 101. Since I've been through a narcissistic sociopathic smear campaign myself, I know the structure of it. It always runs through 4 stages. Number 1, false accusations. Number 2, guilt trips. Number 3, pain points. Number 4 is circular reasoning. This is called narcissistic sociopath smear campaign. So here's the first article from Psychology Today. Narcissistic word salad, NPD meaning, which stands for narcissistic personality disorder. It is being used as a slang term for a type of narcissistic sociopathic speech that is purposefully confusing. Listeners find narcissistic word salad extremely frustrating because the narcissist sociopath is using circular reasoning, outright lies, denial, or mischaracterizations of past events to avoid being wrong or having to take responsibility for something.